Welcome back to our channel. Thank you for watching our videos. So we wanted to talk about last week. We didn't do an outro on our last video. We just kind of ran out of time. And we kind of wanted to talk about how last week went before we talk about this week. So last week last week was our second week on using the Weight Watcher app. We're more intentional about how we were recording our food and trying to stick to our points. And I get 23 points a week plus I don't know how many weeklies, which I haven't had to dip into yet. And Ashley, I don't know, you can say.
I get 52 points a day, and then I don't even remember how many weeklies I get. And I've only had to dip into my weeklies once or twice.
Yeah, so the weeklies are there if you have like an extra indulgent meal or day, so that you can still make progress, but you're not like going overboard.
I also learned that if you track that you had a workout, you can earn weeklies from that. And the message that pops up on the bottom of the screen when it says you have so many weeklies added, these are here to make sure that you eat enough because you're exercising.
Yeah. So I have my watch connected to Google Fit, and so in the app you can refresh your Google Fit at the end of the evening, and I sometimes, depending on how many steps I've had during the day, will be able to get a couple extra weeklies. But like I said, they just stack up. Some of when you look at me showing my screen at the end of the day, you'll see my weeklies just getting bigger and bigger. But I'm not using them, but they're there. So if I went to a party or something like that and I wanted to have a piece of cake, I could probably use my weeklies. That's not what's going on in my life right now, so I don't.
And then I also learned that if you don't have something connected to Google Fit or some other type of fitness tracking app, you can go into the app and search up certain exercises and put those exercises in, how many minutes you did, what the intensity was, and if you did any I don't think you can do any weight, but your intensity and the time you did it for the specific exercise. They don't have every exercise because there was a day I did a bunch of strength training, and I was trying to find a certain exercise that I did and it didn't have it, so I didn't track it. But yeah, you can do that and manually track it to the best of your ability, and you still get how many weeklies.
Yeah, and I've just been doing walking, and so that's in every app. So
I am doing it differently because I hate walking.
Yeah.
So I'm doing strength training mostly with a little bit of cardio mixed in. So I just end up tracking it manually because it makes it easier for me. And also I don't like the feeling of wearing a fitness watch. I don't like it on my wrist.
Yeah. So for last week, do you want to tell them how much we lost?
Yeah, I don't know how much you lost. Last week, I weighed myself. I lost a whole 2 pounds.
Me too.
In 1 week, which is very, very good considering that I wasn't the best on my points.
Yeah, I also lost 2 pounds. So we'll see how this week goes. We still have a couple days left in this week. So we're going to do a different video for the end of this video for after we weigh ourselves on Sunday. So, but I did lose 2 pounds last week as well. I've lost a little bit more since then. I am weighing myself every day. It's a habit I already have, and I'm tracking it in the app, so I can kind of see my little graph of where it's going. It's not always down, it's not always up, but it is trending down, so that's a good thing.
I only weigh myself once a week because part of this trying to lose weight is for me, it's trying to detach my worth from a number on a scale that doesn't take into account anything other than what you weigh as a whole. It doesn't take into account your muscle mass or your BMI or anything like that. It's just, this is how much you weigh, bones and fat and muscle and all.
Yeah, and that's why it's important, if you do have an issue with weighing, to remember that it's just data. It's not your self-worth. but it can be disheartening to watch it go up and down and up and down, and as long as it's trending down, that's what we want. So we kind of want to talk about some of the things we think we could have done better. So we were able to find a couple recipes that in the beginning of the week we were eating, and then as we went through the week we're able to kind of modify and reduce our points. And one of the big ones was having a gyro, and that is a big thing that we like to have in our house. And traditionally you can go and you can get a gyro at a gyro place. And do you remember how many points it was?
I think it's 29 points for a gyro and an order of fries, which is what we usually do. When you go out, you get a gyro and fries.
So for me, that would be more than I'm allowed to have during the day, for the whole day.
And for me, it would be about half of my points for the day.
Yeah. So I think in the beginning of last week's video, there was a day where Ashley had ordered a gyro. And then when she told me about it, and she came home and told me about it, I went through the Weight Watchers app and I was able to find a gyro recipe that they had listed. And I think that one was like 12 points. I was like, well, let's do this, and we went to go get some of the ingredients. But while we were there at the grocery store and we had picked out a type of flatbread we thought would be good, later on in our shop, we actually found a better option. And it turned out that flatbread, which you will see in the video, I think it's called Joseph's.
It's Joseph's flatbread pita, and it's like flaxseed and a bunch of other grains and stuff. And it's thinner too, so it's great for a gyro because it's not as thick.
Well, and it folds better.
Mm-hmm. And those come out to 1 point per pita.
Yeah.
And so when we put that in with the modified stuff, it came out to like 9 points per pita. And then as we go on, you'll see I eat a lot of those gyros. When I go to work, I bring them for lunch or dinner, and I usually have 2, and it comes out to 9 points for two gyros. And that number actually probably got down a little bit because I've been playing around with what type of sauce. Like instead of using tzatziki sauce, I used the Bolthouse Farms Ranch, which I liked better. And instead of using like 2 ounces of roast beef on each one, I use like 1.5 ounces on each one, which is
I think it was 3 ounces we started with.
It was 3 ounces we started with, and now I've lowered that to 1.5 ounces. I think I'm going to lower it even further to 2 ounces because each slice is 2 ounces, and I think that's enough meat for me.
Yeah. So I think as we go along this journey, we kind of want to share like when we find something like this, because a gyro is something that we like to do as a family. We like to go get gyros, but it's not something that's helping us. It's actually kind of hurting us. Now that we're seeing these points and like the value of it, and being able to see how we can alter that to be the same kind of satisfying meal, but not as harmful. I think as we go along this journey, it'll be kind of fun to see how we do that and kind of tweak some of the stuff that we like.
Kind of having the mindset of what can you add and change, restricting.
Yeah. So what are some of the things we could have done better with? I think for me, I would have liked to have walked more. I just kind of, the days that I should have walked and I didn't, I didn't want to walk. I was tired. I want to come home and go to bed. So I think now that this night the weather's getting better, we live in the Pacific Northwest, so it's finally getting nice out. Everywhere else in the world has great weather and it's warm, and it's finally doing that here.
So hot out here. She does not share that sentiment. She thinks it's not hot enough.
If it's below 70, I'm freezing.
You're such a lizard.
Yeah. So I'm happy. So I'm gonna walk more. And then what else? Some other things we could have done. I need to drink more water. 100%. I need to drink more water.
I actually don't have that problem. I've been doing good with keeping up with my water intake.
Yeah. I just don't think about it, and then by the end of the day, I'm like, crap, I didn't drink any water.
Yeah. We did 75. We tried to do 75 hard a couple months back. She was drinking so much water, doing good in her water.
I did good for 1 whole week.
And then she fell off.
I was like, I can't do this anymore.
Okay, are you done?
Yeah.
Okay, what could I have done better?
shut up.
I definitely could, I'm gonna give myself a little bit of grace because I have an extenuating circumstance to how I've been doing this week. I have a thyroid condition. It's called hypothyroidism, and it's where basically your thyroid is underworking, courtesy of my mother. She gave me that.
I also have it.
She has a different form of it right now, but I have just hypothyroidism, and I usually take a specific medication to level it out and make my thyroid function normally on a day-to-day basis. I ran out like 3 months ago. I haven't been able to get it refilled, and I'm starting to feel the effects of my thyroid being not balanced anymore like I did before I got diagnosed. What could I have done better? I think I could have planned better. There are definitely some days where I didn't plan to bring enough food with me to work. That's basically about it for me. I feel like I could have planned better with my food and also with my workouts. I kind of have a workout plan already, but it's kind of basic and I need to update it. I just want to plan better.
Yeah. I do pretty well with planning Monday through Thursday because those are the days I work in the office, and so I always have my lunch and my breakfast and it's planned. And then we do a weekly dinner plan of what we're gonna eat. We don't always stick to the same meal that we chose for that day. We kind of maybe sometimes say, well, I want this one tonight and that one tomorrow night. But other than that, I think we're pretty good on that part. It's just, when you don't have a plan, that's when things go off kilter. So I agree with you. I think you do need a plan, but only because I've been where you've been.
Wow.
And if I don't have a plan, I'm gonna eat whatever's in front of me.
Wow, Mom, really throwing me under the bus.
Or I'm gonna eat whatever feels like that's what I want. I want to have nachos, and that's what I end up eating.
That's why she doesn't buy stuff anymore, because she's like, if I have it here, I'll eat it.
Yeah.
And then we all suffer.
Yes.
No, I'm kidding.
We'll do another video for the end of this week, and we'll let you know how much we lose and what we thought about this week's progress and all that. Bye. It is Sunday afternoon. I am getting ready to prepare my breakfast and my lunch and a dinner because I'm going to be staying in a hotel tonight and tomorrow night because there's construction on the way to my work. I already have a really long commute, so that's going to make it even longer, so I just went ahead and got a hotel instead of worrying about dealing with that every morning. So I have prepared a couple meals to get myself ready. I always pack my breakfast and my lunch for work. So let me show you what I've done. Okay, so for breakfast I have my usual oatmeal. I've just kind of packed it, separated into 2 days, Monday and Tuesday. And in this bag I have a half a cup of oats, half of a tablespoon of chia seeds, a tablespoon of flax seeds, and a tablespoon of wheat germ, and then a scoop of vegan collagen, which is why it's kind of a green color, and then I have a teaspoon of sugar in here. And then I'm gonna mix, each of these is 1 day, so Monday and Tuesday, and it's just strawberries and blueberries. And this is all zero foods, so except for the sugar. And then for dinner, which I'm actually gonna have as lunch today, I haven't eaten breakfast yet, but I made a cauliflower tofu Thai curry. It smells really good. This is higher points, so I think it was, per serving, this is 6 points. And then I'm gonna put it with some brown rice, which is another 5 points. So it's gonna be a higher point lunch for me. And then I'm gonna bring one of these, one serving of this and one serving of the brown rice as my dinner for Monday. Okay, and in here I made my lentil black bean chili. I made it differently this week. I added
some zucchinis, which I don't normally add because Ashley's allergic to zucchini, but she doesn't like this meal, so I added it for me. And then I added a can of diced green peppers, one of those little 4-ounce cans. And I added textured vegetable protein, which is why it looks like it has meat in it. Because when I got done with the Instapot, it was still watery, so I added that in and it thickened it up. And so this is going to be my lunches. This is also 0 points. So this is going to be my lunch for the week. So I'm going to pack 2 of these, one for Monday and one for Tuesday. So I've got 2 Boca burgers, some cucumber, and some little grape tomatoes because I don't have regular tomatoes right now. And then some romaine lettuce that I've already cut up. And then I've got one of the flaxseed flatbreads for 1 point, and then I have a Trader Joe's whole wheat pita for 2 points. I only had one of these left. Ashley's been eating these. And then so I'm gonna put this together, and then I'm gonna put a couple tablespoons of this on here. We're out of the tzatziki, but that's okay. It's still gonna be good. Okay, I'm all done packing everything up. So I'm gonna take some fruit with me for snacks and a bowl to cook my oatmeal in at work. I have my oatmeal for Monday and Tuesday, and my berries Monday and Tuesday, my silverware. I have my dinner for Monday, which is the tofu Thai curry with cauliflower, and then in the bottom here is brown rice. And then I have my lunch for Monday and my lunch for Tuesday, which is the lentil and black bean chili with added TVP. And then I'm just gonna pack it in this and take it to work, put everything but this and my fruit in the cooler at work, the refrigerator at work, so I don't have to haul everything out all over the place. And then I can just eat this. I put this in the mini fridge at work and take my fruit with me, and then I should be good. And then I'll be back home Tuesday night.
Okay, it's Sunday morning of week 2. Here's my breakfast. I've got a little parfait that I made. It is strawberries on the bottom, the Forager cashew and coconut vanilla yogurt, and then blackberries and some honey on top, and mix that together. And then I'm having 2 English muffins for my carbs because I ran out of my homemade granola. And I've got butter and everything bagel seasoning on top of these. And yeah, that's my breakfast. It's Sunday. I had these as a little snack. This is actually my entire lunch. Because that's not really all I wanted. I was grocery shopping, so that's just what I got at the grocery store. I don't remember how many points it was, but it was good. And yeah, I'm finishing up the project now, and then once I'm done with this, I'm gonna eat dinner, which is gyros. Because I got more roast beef. So yeah, I'll show you when I make it.
My Monday morning breakfast, oatmeal with berries.
Alright, Monday morning of week 2, and I have my favorite breakfast of all time. This is potatoes, pinto beans, bell pepper, and onion, and then the Bolthouse Farms ranch on top. And then I have a cup of tea with sugar in it. This is my second cup, and it has about a teaspoon of sugar in it. It's chamomile mint tea, and it's really good. I got this last time I went to the Tulip Festival, and it's loose leaf, so that's why there's a chain hanging out. So yeah.
this, all in total, my breakfast, along with my first cup of tea, which only had half a teaspoon of sugar in it, comes out to 5 points, because I have about 4 tablespoons of ranch on here, because I have a very large amount of food. This is about 21 ounces of food, so this should keep me full. Alright, it is Monday, week 2, it's the afternoon, it's 4:30 right now. I've just finished meal prepping some stuff. Took me about an hour and a half. So, sorry, my brother just walked down. So here's what I've got. I'll show you. I've made some potatoes. I'm gonna put these in a gallon Ziploc bag and freeze so that I can have the breakfast hash that I've been having, but make it easier because right now it takes me about an hour to make it because it takes 40 minutes for the potatoes to get to my desired doneness. So I'm just streamlining that process without having to use the dehydrated potatoes. Then I made this tofu bake. It's really good. There's about 17 ounces here. I made a double batch, and 1.5 ounces is a serving, and this came out to 3 points per serving, which is honestly not bad. And then I made granola, also vegan, from a vegan cookbook. This one, Plantifully Lean by Kiki Nelson. I love this book. I use it all the time. And so this is the granola I made. It makes a lot of granola for one batch. And half a cup is the serving. And it's almost 0 points. It's like 1 point per serving. Or something like that, which is honestly amazing. So I have these 3 things meal prepped so that I can have granola on my yogurts in the morning, because I haven't been having yogurt. I usually have a yogurt and a fruit parfait in the morning, but I haven't been having it because I haven't had my granola, which means I don't have my carb. So I made the granola, made the potatoes, and I made the bacon because I like having BLTs. So I just like having the tofu bacon. And I'm actually making a BLT right now. I don't know if you can hear the toaster in the background. But I've toasted up some of this bread. I use Arrow wheat something bread. And 2 slices comes out to 6 points. So this is a higher point lunch. Or I guess it's a before dinner snack. Because it's 4:30, I haven't eaten lunch yet. And feel like it's too early for me to start dinner, and I'm super hungry. So I'm having a BLT with my freshly made bacon. I've got tomato and pickle cut up, got some lettuce, and I'm going to use the light mayonnaise. I've already tracked it. It comes out to 10 points, and that leaves me with 36 points for the rest of the day, I think. And then I'm going to make dinner, and I'll show you what I'm going to make. Okay, Monday night, I am without mom tonight, so I made dinner. It is this thing I just made up. We had a leftover polka kielbasa sausage from our dinner the other night, so I cooked that up with broccoli, some penne pasta, and I made a white sauce for it, and put it all together, and it's so good. It comes out to 7 points per serving on Weight Watchers, and I said there were 6 servings in the recipe. So yeah, this is 1 serving. I might have another. So that leaves me with between 23 and 30 points, depending on if I have another serving. So yeah, that's Monday night dinner. Alright, here's Tuesday morning's breakfast. It is the Forager yogurt, strawberries, blackberries, honey, and the homemade granola that I prepped yesterday. So this is about 5.5 ounces of yogurt, half a cup of granola, 4 1/3 ounces of strawberries and blackberries, got that pretty even, and less than a tablespoon of honey. I don't actually know how many tablespoons it was. It was almost half an ounce, which came out to only 2 points, which was less than a tablespoon of honey, which comes out to 3 points. So this entire meal, my breakfast, is going to be 12 points. Then I'm going to go do a workout and have some lunch, I guess. Or I guess it wouldn't be lunch, it would be an after workout meal. I'll show you what I have after that and break down my workout as well. Okay, that's that. I just finished my workout. I went hard. I did legs this time, and I also took a video. One of my sets, I was doing sumo squats with a 10-pound hand weight. So I did calf raises. I get cramps in my calves all the time if I don't stretch them before I do any sort of like running or anything. So I did calf raises, which, oh my god, they hurt. They hurt so bad. So I did 2 sets of calf raises of 10 reps. Someone opened the back door. Lady, our dog lady opened the back door and was trying to make sure none of the cats got out. Because they're little escape artists. You, my baby girl. So I'm making the vegan... Oh wait, I was explaining my workout. Yeah, so I did calf raises. 2 sets of 10 reps for calf raises. And then I did lunges. I did 3 sets of 12 for lunges, and I didn't add any weight to that. And then I did sumo squats. I ended up only doing 2 sets of 10 with the 10 pounds because on my last set I did 1 rep and fell over. So I was like, okay, I'm done. And my thighs and quads hurt a lot, so I did 1 rep, fell over, and I was like, okay, I'm done with sumo squats. Did a little bit of stretching. Then I went back and I did another set of 10 calf raises, and then I was like, okay, this is done. And then I did cardio. I went back on the elliptical, and I got to 5.5 minutes, which I was honestly pretty impressed because at that point, my legs hurt, my lungs hurt. I did not think I would make it as far as I did. I wanted to get to 8 minutes and passed, but I settled for 5 minutes, and I got to 5.5 minutes, which is when you're like ready to be done. 30 seconds is a lot. So I'm proud of myself. So I'm making, yeah, I see you. My dog's out there. There she is. Little troublemaker. She likes to dig out, so I have to keep an eye on her. Anyway, I'm making 2 English muffins. Again. Not again, what? I'm making 2 English muffins, each with a little bit of mayonnaise. I'm gonna use the light mayonnaise. The tofu bacon I made, and then the vegan egg, so that'll be almost completely vegan. And I'll have that for a little extra protein. And then after workout snack, it is, what time is it? It's 10 a.m. So I'll probably go upstairs and wash my face after this because I'm really, really sweaty. So I got work today. So I will show you what I eat for lunch. And then show you what I make for dinner because I'm still without mom. I don't know when she's coming. I think she's coming back tomorrow. But yeah, that's my workout and that's my second breakfast.
It is Tuesday evening and I'm back home and I made Chinese beef and broccoli tonight. We made it with soy curls instead of beef, so let me show you what we made. All right, so here's the beef and broccoli, which we made with soy curls and no beef stock, which is just beef flavored stock that's vegan. And it's from the recipe book In No Time. It doesn't have points on it. It was made in like 2012, but we calculated the topping to be 2 points, and then the rice is between 8 and 9, depending on if you use brown rice. So that's what we had for dinner tonight. It is Wednesday afternoon and I'm getting a dinner put together. Ashley's at work, so she's not eating dinner with me. And let me show you what I'm making. I'm making some gyros. Okay, here is it all put together. This meal came out to 9 points for both of the pitas. It looks pretty good.
Okay, it is Wednesday. I didn't film anything today because I was at work all day. I didn't have breakfast today. I just went straight to work after I got up. I had lunch. It was homemade pitas, and then I had some Whoppers because at my work we have Whoppers as a topping. So I had some Whoppers, and then I didn't bring enough food for dinner because I just brought the gyros and that wasn't enough. So I ended up ordering out, and I ordered something from Dairy Queen. I just got like a chicken strip basket, and it comes with chicken strips, fries, and Texas toast, and that was my dinner. I definitely went over my points, but I don't care. I was hungry and I'm tired, and I've been tired all day, but I just didn't care today. So yeah, that was my day. I'm gonna go home now.
It is Thursday evening. Ashley's having a hamburger and I'm having a burger salad. So I have a Morningstar burger, two Morningstar burgers, and then lettuce, tomato, cucumber, pickles, and onion. And then I put in 3 tablespoons of ranch. My meal comes to, I think it was 7 points. And that's it.
Okay, so this is Thursday night's dinner. We're having burgers. I'm using the Morningstar Steakhouse style burgers. I have 2 patties. Comes out to 10 points. This entire meal came out to 24 points, I believe. And that's mostly because of the buns, which were 14 points. And then I have some ranch on here with pickles and lettuce, and that's dinner.
It is Friday and I get to work from home again today, so I made my own breakfast instead of eating my oatmeal that I eat every day. So let me show you what I made. I ate half of it already, so you'll see half of it. All right, so I made steamed cabbage, which you cannot see because I ate. And then I made cheesy chickpeas. This looks weird, but it's really yummy. Cheesy chickpeas, which is a recipe from Rip Epplestein. I don't know how to say his last name, but he's the Forks Over Knives, one of the Forks Over Knives guys. And then I have a baked potato underneath.
Alright, it's Friday morning. This is my breakfast. I'm having the pinto bean potato hash again. I have about 6.5 ounces of baked potatoes here, and I used my meal prep potatoes, so it only took me like 20 minutes to put this together as opposed to the 40 minutes that it would usually take me. So that's cool. And then I have Bolthouse Farms Ranch on top. About 2 tablespoons. So yeah, this whole thing comes out to, I'm drooping so much, 2 points, and I think it's 480 calories, which is really cool. I'm gonna enjoy breakfast.
It is Friday evening. We just got back from a obedience training class with one of my dogs, and I came home and made fajitas for everyone. So Ashley and I are eating kidney beans with ours. We didn't want to do soy curls, which is what we normally do. And then I made some beef fajita strips for my husband and my son when he gets home. So let me show you my plate. Okay, so this is my plate. I have an Ezekiel bread tortilla. It is 3 points. I have the red beans that I kind of smashed up a little bit with some taco seasoning. The bell pepper and onion mix. I put some lettuce mix on top, some cut up cherry tomatoes, and then I use 2 tablespoons of the Bolthouse cilantro ranch. The cilantro ranch I think was 2 points. So I think that was all the points for this, was the wrap and the ranch. So this is my dinner.
Alright, this is Friday night's dinner. We're having fajitas. Mine are more like burritos, but they're very heavy. I've got the low-fat cheese, some red kidney beans that we seasoned with taco seasoning and chili powder, peppers and onions, tomatoes, and then I have both the Bolthouse ranch and light sour cream on both of these. And then I have this carne asada meat that Mom got. Yeah, I'm really excited for this. It's really good. Alright, it's Saturday morning. It's like 5:30 in the morning. But I'm just having breakfast. This is yogurt parfait again. I'm having yogurt, blackberries, and granola and honey. I didn't have any strawberries, so I didn't put those on. That's fine. I really only like blackberries on my yogurt anyway. This came out to 12 points, but it's only because I had 2 servings of the yogurt instead of just 1, because there wasn't a lot left in the bowl, in the container. So I decided to just eat the rest of it because I'm really, really hungry. So yeah, this comes out to 12 points for my breakfast. Okay, it is Saturday morning. It's about almost 9:40. Ignore my hair, I haven't done it today. I have to get ready to leave soon, but I just wanted to show you what I made for dinner and for lunch today. So I have my Euro stuff. I have 1 slice of roast beef because that comes out to 1.5 ounces, and I think it's enough for €1. And then I have a whole wheat pita, which is 3 points for 1 because we ran out of the Joseph's one. And then I have spring baby greens mix because we ran out of lettuce, some cherry tomatoes, and the Bolthouse Farms ranch. And this comes out to 6 points for 1 of these. I'm only bringing 1 because I have a heavy dinner. And so in here, I'm having a burrito bowl. And so in here, I have Hawaiian sweet potato, which is purple, bell peppers, onions, and then pinto beans, all seasoned with taco seasoning and chili powder. And then I'm bringing this brown rice, microwavable brown rice thing, and I'll mix that into this. And then for my topping, I have this vegan queso that came out of this Plant You book, which is also where the entire recipe for this burrito bowl comes from. It's called the Beaming Burrito Bowl, and it's really good. It's one of my favorite recipes out of this book. So yeah, this is just vegan queso, 1 serving of vegan queso, which 1 serving comes out to 2 points. And then I added 2 tablespoons of light sour cream, mixed it together. And then I'm gonna mix it all together for dinner. So yeah, that's dinner, lunch, and dinner for today.
Hello, this is the end of week 2. So we're going to talk about how we did over the week and what our progress is now.
So how do we think we did over the week?
I think I did okay. I was not the best, but I wasn't the worst. I did really good at keeping up with my meals. And like I said at the beginning of the video, I did a little bit better with planning. At least towards the end of the week for work, what it was going to take for work for lunch and dinners.
Yeah, I was pretty consistent this week. At the beginning of the week, I had stayed at a hotel for a couple days because of some construction that was going on. So I schlepped all my stuff into the hotel and yes. That's a word.
That's not a word.
It is a word.
Highly doubt it's a word.
I packed and carried all of my things, and I ate what was there, what I brought with me, and I went on a walk, and I did all that stuff, and then Wednesday and Thursday, I worked in the office and followed that same plan, and then Friday, worked from home, and just ate what was here, so I did pretty good for the week. I think I need to still focus on my water and then getting some more movement in.
Yeah. So what are some things that we think we could have done better with? I definitely could have done better with planning, and that's what I want to improve on next week. And I also think I could have done better with my sleep schedule. I know it's not something we talk about here, but it's very important to weight loss, and I don't have a good one. And it has resulted in me being super tired and waking up super early or sleeping in super late and being tired throughout the day and not being motivated to work out, because that's one of my goals is to get more fitness in. But because I've been so tired, I haven't been motivated to work out, so I've only worked out like once or twice this week. So I want to do better with getting a good sleep schedule and planning my lunches and dinners.
Yeah, I agree with sleep. I think getting to bed on time is good. When I go into work, I have to be up by 4, and I need to be in the office by 6:30 a.m. and I have an hour-long drive, but staying up until like 10 o'clock has been killing me, so I think I would agree. I would like to have a 9 o'clock bedtime or even earlier.
Says the woman who goes to bed at 7.
I would love to go to bed at 7 every single night, but I do
don't
get made fun of a lot if I go to bed early, and I just don't care anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree with sleeping more and getting some more exercise in would be good. We found some pretty cool substitutions this week for things that we like. For me, I like to put a little bit of sugar in my coffee and a little bit of sugar in my oatmeal. And I found some date sugar this week at the grocery store. 1 teaspoon of sugar is 1 point, and 2 teaspoons of date sugar is 1 point. So I'm gonna swap that out and see if it helps. It's a whole food, it's processed, but it's one whole
ingredient
food type of thing. So
it's literally one ingredient on the back.
Yeah, this is date. It's just dried, ground up dates. So, and dates are good for a lot of things, and I think it includes the fibers. So, whereas with sugar, it's just the sugar. So, I'm gonna try that for me.
And then for me, you'll see a lot. I like making McDonald's style English muffins, kind of. So I just take an English muffin with some mayonnaise, and then a meat and egg. But I've recently swapped out doing regular eggs for a vegan egg substitute that I make at home because I have pieced it together that I'm allergic to eggs and they make me feel very sick and inflamed. So I don't eat them anymore, but I do still like the taste of eggs. I just physically can't stomach them anymore. So I do these vegan egg substitute as well as a tofu bacon for a little more protein and for less calories. And then doing all that. But the problem is I have 2 of those sandwiches because that's what keeps me full and satisfied at this point. And the English muffins are it's like 6 points for 2 muffins. And so what we ended up doing, and that I like, is we swapped out the regular white English muffins for a multi-grain English muffin. And I tried that this morning, which I forgot to film. I just realized I forgot to film that this morning. And it was like 4 points for 2 muffins. And my overall point count for that meal was 5 points less than I'd had the last time I did it.
Yeah. We'll record some more. I didn't record a lot this week just because of my schedule. But we'll record more of our food and.
So did we lose or gain any weight? Mom already spoiled it for you.
Yeah,
She
I did
lost nothing. She lost nothing.
I lost the 2 pounds last week. And still have those are gone.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't lose any more this week.
But you didn't gain anything, so.
No, I just kind of went like this.
Progress is not linear.
I know. I'm not upset about it. I'll lose weight again later, but just not this week.
Yeah. Progress isn't linear unless you're me.
Yes.
I lost 4 pounds.
Yes.
Which is great. I've lost 4 pounds since last week. And so I'm very, very proud of myself because I was not on track very much. But I was eating whole foods. I was trying to get my exercise in. So I did good. I'm proud of myself. And I'm very proud because that means that we've done this for 3 weeks. And I've been consistently losing weight. And I've already lost 8 pounds. What is it?
6 pounds.
6 pounds.
8 pounds total.
8 pounds total.
Because I lost 2, and then you lost 2, and then this week you lost 4. So that's 8.
Yeah, so I've lost 6 pounds in total since we started this.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm very proud of myself for that.
So we'll record for next week and show you what we do. Hopefully I can lose a little bit. Because everybody wants to lose weight. We'll see.
Yeah. How do we feel?
I feel good.
Yeah, me too.
So I didn't lose any weight, like I said, but I feel different. Like my stomach feels flatter, and so I feel good, and I don't think it's reflecting on the scale, but I feel different.
I feel good too. Mentally, I feel better. I haven't been as down in the dumps, depressed as I was feeling, but even though I'm so tired all the time, I'm blaming that on the fact that I haven't been able to have my thyroid prescription. So yeah, I feel better emotionally, even though I'm still really, really tired. And I feel better physically. While I don't see a lot of progress on my body, I can feel that it's different. My clothes fit different, which lets me know that I am, in fact, losing fat. And I also can see a little bit of a difference. After the first week, I didn't talk about this, but after the first week when I lost the first 2 pounds, I looked in the mirror after I was done in my shower, and I could see that I had hip dips that I could see. And I hadn't been able to see those before. So I thought that was pretty cool, and it let me know that I was losing fat and that my fat was kind of shifting on my body. Our hopes for next week. So yeah, this is really anything we hope to accomplish next week.
I'd like to get some more walks in. I have a standing date tomorrow with a friend. I do a walk with them every Monday after work, so hopefully she is in the office, because she hasn't been in the office the last couple weeks. And I've had to do it on my own, and sometimes I just don't. I just go home because I'm tired. But hopefully she's there this week, and I don't have any excuse to not go. And then it's supposed to cool down over the week, so I should be able to do some more walks and stuff. And then what else?
I have goals. I also have a fitness goal. I want to train 3 to 4 times a week because I do strength training for my fitness because I absolutely despise cardio, and I actually find enjoyment in doing strength training and lifting weights. So I want a goal to be between 2 to 4 times a week. I strength train and do that consistently because I do have a plan in place so I can exercise well, but the plan only really works if I follow and do it 3 days and then a rest day and then another 3 days and a rest day, which is how I was doing it, and it was keeping me on track.
Yeah.
And then the other thing is I just want to stay on track, limit my processed snacks to like once a day, and keep steadily losing weight.
I think for me, for food, I think I should focus more on eating more veggies. I've been eating a lot of my bean chili, which I like, and it has veggies in it, but I'm not eating anything else, and I think I probably should. I have a lot of berries in the morning with my oatmeal, so I'm not really worried about fruit, but I think I definitely need to eat some more veggies, so I'm gonna try and focus on that with our meals and everything. Yeah. So yeah. And drink more water, and walk more walks.
Yeah.
And that's it. Anything else?
No, that was it. That's all I have written down.
Okay, well then we will see you guys next week.